Two. Good evening. Thank you so much for being here tonight. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome families, friends, staff, and faculty to Pioneer Valley Performing Arts Charter Public Schools 2021 graduation ceremony. Please prepare to welcome our distinguished graduates.
And tonight is my appraisal, cause I'm a hooker selling songs and my pimp's a record label. This world is full of demon stocks and bonds and Bible traders, so I do the deed, get up and leave a climber and a sadist, yeah. Are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest? In the garden of evil, I'm gonna be the greatest in a golden cathedral. I'll be praying for the faithless, and if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Everything's coming up pieces, pieces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it. Friends are happy for me, or they're honeysuckle phonies, and they celebrate my medals, or they wanna take my trophies. Some are loyal soldiers while these other thorns are rosy, and if you never know who you can trust, then trust me, you'll be lonely. Oh, are you ready for the sequel? Ain't ready for the latest in the garden of evil. I'm gonna be the greatest in a golden cathedral. I'll be praying for the faithless, and if you lose, boo-hoo. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Hey, look, ma, I made it. Everything's coming up pieces, pieces. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it, I made it. I said, hey, look, ma, I made it, I made it. I see it, I want it, I take it, take it. If it's a dream, don't wake me, don't wake me. I said, hey, look, I made it. Mama, best believe it. Mama, best believe it. Think I must be dreaming. What a weekend dreaming. Mama, best believe it. Mama, best believe it. Think I must be dreaming. Hey, look, I made it.
Good evening, families, members of the board, faculty, staff, and the class of 2021. You did it. You're here. It's an honor and a pleasure to stand before you tonight to congratulate you for your accomplishments, to acknowledge the challenges you have faced and overcome to be here today, tonight, as graduates, and to express the hope that I have for every one of you in the years to come. I'm going to keep my remarks brief because of the impending weather. We've also decided to prioritize the parts of the ceremony that we believe are most important to the students of the class of 2021. So you'll notice that some things are moved around a little bit, and some things are going to be abbreviated, just to make sure that the most important parts to you happen tonight before we all get soaked. Seniors, you have truly had a unique experience over the last 15 months. The uncertainty, tragedy, and constant changing of the world around you has demanded more from you in your senior year than any class before you has been asked to endure. As a result, you've learned valuable lessons that were never written into the curriculum. You've learned how to navigate the Googleverse with Google Classroom and Google Meets. You've learned how to make sure to double check your mute button to make sure that you're not making comments that weren't meant for everyone to hear. You've also learned how to make and share your art with the world around you while stuck at home for days, weeks, and sometimes months on end. When you finally had the opportunity to return to school for a brief few days, just a couple of weeks ago, you also learned the importance of connecting with your teachers and peers in ways that you'd almost forgotten existed. You've also been witness to the disparate impact of the pandemic and what is on various groups of people in our country. And this, along with other events that have taken place over the last 15 minutes, has highlighted the need for social change, nationally and worldwide. It is my belief that the class of 21 is in a position to effect the change that's needed as you transition into the next phase of learning, working, and existing as global citizens, armed with your newly acquired skills and the understanding of how grave the impact of inequitable policies and practices is on the most vulnerable members of our society. My wish for you, members of the class of 2021, is that as the things begin to go back to normal, and as you notice, this is the first large event I've attended in 15 months where there are no capacity limits, no masks required. But as these things go back to quote unquote normal and you're allowed to do the things that you were doing before, my wish is that you don't forget what the pandemic has taught you about yourselves, about your family, and about your community, and that you use what you've learned to make a difference in the world around you. Congratulations and good luck. Next, please welcome the President of the Board of Trustees, Mindy Winter.
Good evening, seniors, parents, speakers, trustees, admin. Welcome to your graduation, your last official PVPA event as students. Congratulations. You did it. You're done. In what feels like an unending year. Take all the time you need to enjoy this ending, even though, feels like a fitting end, right? That it's gonna storm on us any minute, considering what you've all been through this year. Remember that this is as much for your families as it is for you, so be kind to them when they wanna take all the pictures that they want with you before you go off on your own and have your own separate celebrations. And remember that you made it through an incredibly challenging 15 months of something that is a shared experience that you had with the rest of the world, but is something incredibly unique to your age. But it's something that you all got to experience together, and you got to experience that has taught you something, that has given you a unique perspective on not only yourselves, but on something that you can do. You can take that with you. You take it to college, take it to your next job, take it to wherever you want to go. Remember that you can do this. Remember that you were able to get through high school and a pandemic, and you have a diploma, and you created art, and you put up with a lot. From each other. Yes, Andrew put up with Jay. That was a lot. Resilience is not the word for you guys. You've done an amazing job. We're very, very proud of you. Keep that in mind. Let it carry you through the next stage. Remember that this is important. Remember that it didn't beat you. Remember that there's always a way forward. And remember that art helped you get there, and that you continue to make it, and you continue to thrive. And that we had a WOFA show last weekend. Ew. And that there's going to be a performance of the musical on Monday. Has it been normal? No. But it's been consistently PVPA, which is not normal. It is adapting and figuring out how to make it your own. And that's what you guys have done. And you've figured out how to do that. And we've been very proud of the way that you have made it your own. So enjoy this moment, enjoy this time, and keep in mind that you did it all while everything was falling apart around you. So hopefully we won't get too soaked. And next we have your first senior class speaker, and she's running around right now, Annalua Maria.
Hello, fellow graduates, families, friends, PVPA teachers and staff, and all sorts of loved ones. My name is Lua, my pronouns are she, her, and hers, and I am honored to represent the PVPA class of 2021. It's kind of hard to believe that we're all here today, especially with our collective sense of warped time brought on by our current circumstances. But I'll try my best to tell you our story. The class of 2021 has had quite a journey. 6 years, 5 million productions, 4 heads of school, 3 national elections, 2 years of remote learning, and 1 deadly pandemic. Still, it's weird to think that we're going to pop the bubble of our PVPA microcosm. But the truth is, the bubble never pops. Like a PVPA circle, the PVPA bubble has shifted in shape and size to accommodate all spaces and places and odd hours. We have stood in solidarity with our teachers, protested for racial justice, participated in walkouts resisting everything from gun violence to climate destabilization. We have wielded our critical thinking skills and artistry inside of the classroom and in school productions and galleries. We have brought these talents to elementary schools around the valley and shared them overseas with poets in Puerto Rico. We've devoured massive quantities of pasta during Tech Week from loving families who provided us with it. We have sought wisdom from an ever-changing cast of teachers and support staff who care, really care, more than I ever thought possible. They care in hours of listening to our hopes, fears, and stories, in hours of grading papers, in hours of endless tech rehearsals and after-school clubs and activities, in the way that they become teachers and friends. Let's never forget, our teachers are PVPA. Our school has taken many forms, both intentional and unexpected. Most notably, PVPA became our computer screens, our bedrooms, our kitchen tables for over a year. But throughout these iterations, PVPA has always remained one thing: home. And like any home, PVPA had its ups and downs. As I stand here and tell you about our school, I don't want to romanticize times that were truly difficult in our community. There was struggle, there was frustration. There wasn't a year that we weren't reminded of PVPA's resilient community, however accurate that statement may be. But at the same time, I would be remiss if I didn't celebrate the truly magnificent things in our community. The things we created from our common love of the arts. We are all here because in some way, PVPA was our path to a better, more fulfilling life. The performative and technical spectacle of our productions, the emotion in our visual arts, the eloquence with which we write short stories, research papers, and cross-examinations isn't something you find elsewhere. And yes, I'm pretty biased, but I think the class of 2021 is pretty remarkable. Watching you all perform on stage and behind the scenes, furthering class discussions, and never ceasing to make me laugh with cheesy icebreakers and jokes about biology or algebra or saving kittens from peril through the power of physics is something I've never taken for granted. It's made me the person I am today. We planned surprise baby showers and going away parties years before we even planned a senior prank. PVPA is a school, but you all made PVPA a home. And the homes and communities that we forge as we move beyond the world of high school are going to be tinged with a bit of that PVPA spirit, that concoction of creativity, humor, and fortitude that simply cannot be found elsewhere. And the world needs us as we reckon with the grip of racial injustice, sexism, classism, xenophobia, anti-LGBTQIA+ oppression, an attack on our reproductive freedom, oppression, nationalism, fascism, and the climate crisis on our society. We PVPAers of the class of 2021 have been taught to care deeply, think creatively, and communicate artistically for a greater good. It's easy to feel hopeless right now. I know I struggle with that a lot. How can we imagine a future that is just, that recognizes our collective humanity, where we can plan the lives we are planning for right now as we move beyond PVPA's brightly painted walls? These are questions that plague me, and I don't have answers. But when I look at the faces of my classmates, of friends who I know are for life, I know that we will find the answers. Because for better and for worse, PVPA students are resilient. The teachers who taught us, families who nurtured us, and friends who supported us made sure of that. We weren't taught to be rule followers. We were taught to be kind and imaginative and artistic and to find levity, humor, and fun even in the darkest of times. And I know that we are going to achieve great things. And if I may take a metaphor farther than it should ever be allowed to go, when we stretch that PVPA bubble, little pieces of PVPA stick to us, and the bubble follows us into the greater atmosphere. So please, whether it be 10 minutes from now, 10 days, or 10 years, stay in touch. Find the little pieces of the PVPA bubble out in the world, or bring it to the places it has never been. Because when that happens, you'll know you're home. Thank you, PVPA, and thank you, class of 2021, for everything. And now it is my honor to present my former math teacher and a PVPA favorite, Ken Mello, to the stage.
Emily Marr, and everyone else. When asked to be part of today's ceremony, I was instantly filled with a sense of excitement knowing that I would play a small role in sending off my second class. However, once the reality set in of what I'd agreed to do, the first thing that popped into my mind was, well, damn, I have to write another speech now. For weeks, I went back and forth about what to say or what to do. But then when I thought more about But the more I thought about meeting the class for the first time, the more I remembered about how I approached teaching with all of you. I took what I had from my previous year, fine-tuned it, and then delivered a better experience for all of you. So with that in mind, I dusted off my old speech, from last year and applied that same thinking here. Thanks. So buckle up as we traverse the various highways and byways of my now remastered speech, as I attempt to both inspire and properly send off this truly remarkable group of scholars and artists in front of me. I feel like it was just yesterday that I met you all for the first time. I like to think I made a better impression than I did my first year. I had a few more tools at my disposal for this whole teaching thing, was connecting better with PVPA's loose culture, or relaxed culture, and I finally learned how to pronounce Amherst without the H. I also learned that while derailing my class with the slightest mention of a popular video game or epic superhero movie or cringy meme might seem like a waste of time, it made for some pretty great bonding moments, so why not just own it? However, the challenge still remained. However, the challenge that still remained was supporting you all and exploring a subject that got some pretty mixed reviews over the years, mathematics. In the beginning, most of you weren't having it. Much like that of Atreus and Kratos, from heroes from the 2018 Norse-inspired title God of War. On their journey to the highest mountain in all the realms, many of you had difficulty learning from mistakes, became easily frustrated when faced with the unknown, and struggled to overcome obstacles in your path. However, with each passing moment, I saw more and more of you move away from the angry, frustrated, and flexible qualities of a fixed mindset in favor of the curious, progressive, that's right, in favor of the curious, progressive, and flexible qualities of a growth mindset. Bad test grades turned into moments for deep reflection. Challenging tasks became opportunities to learn. And ideas were no longer kept to oneself, but rather shared with those around you. However, our heroes also needed more than just a growth mindset to overcome their challenges. They also needed teamwork. So I'm a little curious now, how many of you are thinking right now, oh, here we go. Ken's about to talk about the Avengers and working as a team and blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm not gonna. So I did that last time. I'm gonna stick with Kratos and Atreus, keep it more, focused this time around. Whether they were face-to-face with giant world serpent or going toe-to-toe with Norse gods, Kratos and Atreus didn't look to the back of the book for an answer. They didn't call someone over to explain to them each step to victory. Kratos grabbed his Leviathan axe and Atreus his bow, and they played off each other's strengths and weaknesses to overcome whatever challenge might be in front of them. Me forcing all of you to engage in learning math collaboratively got at this very idea. At first glance, math seems like a bunch of abstract tools for oddly specific tasks. However, taking a step back reveals that math is more about taking those tools and collaborating with the great minds around you to solve problems that are worth solving. Just like building a growth mindset, getting to this point took some of you some time. However, you were able to rise to the occasion and work alongside each other and learn together. All of you are about to enter a familiar yet different world with its own unique challenges. Entire systems, structures, and policies are going to need to be re-examined and possibly rebuilt from the ground up. Your growth mindset will be crucial as you try new approaches, learn from your mistakes, and adjust accordingly. Facing these challenges will be no easy feat and will require you to come together, hopefully with much less, strict guidelines, because these problems cannot be solved alone. I know this year might have felt somewhat of a standstill, but don't forget all that you have learned, whether it was in-person learning, remote learning, hybrid learning. You never know where it will come in handy. When bringing all of this together, there is no reason why you would not be able to achieve your goals, just like Kratos and Atreus when they finally reach the highest peak in all the realms. While you will never be alone in this journey, it will be up to you to determine what role you play in this ever-changing world. I love the field of mathematics, but what I loved even more was getting the chance to work for 5 years alongside the caring, creative, and thoughtful members of the PVPA math department, as we tried sparking that same love for math in each of you. However, I also recognize that for many of you, math was just a small piece of a much bigger puzzle. PVPA's holistic approach shines bright in each of you. Whether it was investigating new ideas and new and interesting ideas in one of your classes, being part of a breathtaking performance, or standing up for what you believe in. I know your senior year didn't go as planned. Lost my place. Lovely. But you should, there it is, thanks. But you should be proud of all the work you've accomplished during your time here, and even prouder to soon call yourself PVPA alumni. This amazing community has given you the tools to navigate any situation, to figure out what role you to figure out your role in making the world a better place and to inspire others to do the same. In the wise words of Superman's father, Jor-El, you will give the people of Earth an ideal to strive towards. They will race behind you. They will stumble. They will fall. But in time, they will join you in the sun. In time, you will help them accomplish wonders. You certainly inspired me to be the best that I can be, and I really can't wait to see what you do next. While reworking my old speech certainly saved me some time and headaches, and mirrored our early work together, please know that there were other reasons for me to do this. The values I mentioned along the way are things I want for all my students, especially you all. Embrace your mistakes, learn from each other, and most importantly, make sure to have fun along the way. While you have all earned the right to leave this place for new adventures, ensure that you don't forget about your experiences at PVPA and the memories and connections that you created along the way. I know I won't. Thank you for being the best second class a teacher could ask for, and congratulations on entering the next chapter of your life. Thanks. My man. Now, for your next student speaker, please join me in giving a very warm welcome to the man, the myth, the legend, Henry Floquet.
Hi. So I'm just gonna start off running with this. I know it's already been said, but I've been waiting 6 years to say it. I'm not even gonna wait until the end of the speech. Friends, we made it. Let me be sappy about this for just 1 second and ask you, do you know why we're here? Look at the people around you. That's why. All right, I don't want to. I know I sound sappy, but it's probably already been acknowledged. But we couldn't have gotten here without you and everything you've done and the portion of your lives that you've committed to this, to making this happen. Before the day is over, I hope all of you don't have to do it right now, but I hope all of you just pat yourself on the back. Let it happen organically, though. Don't force self-respect. But I digress. Yeah, we made it. There's really only one quote that I could think of while I was putting this together, and it's this. If you can't run, walk, and if you can't walk, crawl. But everyone in this class can run. We've been running ever since we decided to come to Performing Arts Charter School. I mean, maybe you had a talent that you wanted to explore, or a curiosity you wanted to indulge. For whatever reason, we all took initiative and started operating in an environment like no other, while our parents and teachers shoveled on the support, hopefully. And yeah, we all went at different speeds with different ambitions and a thirst for success, but we were all running and racing towards the finish line. And then COVID happened, and we went from a run to a crawl. Some of us may have face planted in there. Anyway, I've known most of you for a long time, and I can't really imagine any of you just sitting in your rooms twiddling your thumbs for a year. We didn't spend a year just pouring water from one empty bottle into another, if you will. We've been doing shows, making art, staying involved and staying in touch. We rolled with the punches like no senior class has before. And because even with all we've accomplished in this time, we've been doing it with one hand tied behind our back, I won't lie. And I won't downplay the frustration of deserving more and not knowing where to go from here. But we're going to do what we always did when we needed to raise money for a school trip or there was a rush to prepare for a show going up in a week. We're going to figure it out. I'm not trying to be sentimental or idealistic about this. At this point, our scrappiness is all but fact. But so is our resourcefulness and creativity. This is what PVPA has taught us. If I pull out my phone right now and scroll back far enough through my photos, I will find a picture of us in 7th grade with a few of our bright, chubby faces as we stand in front of our science teacher, John, being duct taped to a wall. We did that for a fundraiser. Who thinks of that? And even though it's sometimes slipped our mind that this is a school with rules to be applied, we have learned a lesson about discipline, right? I know that I need a lot more of it, guys. Give me that at least. As well as the conviction to consistently work hard, which I have some of, and I know I'm going to get more of in college and throughout the rest of my life. So while there is room for improvement, there's also much I've fleshed out for myself. Oh, sorry, lost my place. There's also much I've fleshed out for myself. It would be a lot to cover all the ways that I've grown right now, but I can tell you who deserves credit for this growth. Our selfless and dedicated teachers and staff are certainly to thank, and if I start talking about them, I'll never stop. But also, I will never forget my peers and the quality of character that they demonstrated to me every day in every way. So when things start to become safer and life from before starts to trickle back in, as it is now, when everyone starts slowly transitioning from a crawl back to walking, I know all of you legends will already be in a sprint. Thank you guys, it's been a hell of a show. Now, nobody worry, because we absolutely saved one of the best for last. I have the profound pleasure of introducing one of our amazing English teachers, Allison Miller.
Thank you, Henry. I am so honored to represent the PVPA teachers with this opportunity to speak to the class of 2021. Thank you, Brent and the entire admin team for their leadership and the PVPA board for their support during this challenging time. Thank you, Ken and Lua and Henry, for your words of inspiration. Thank you, parents and guardians, and all of the PVPA teachers for their endless commitment this year. And especially a shout out, please, to Jenica and Austin for putting this together to celebrate seniors tonight. Like so many of us, I have been reflecting on this time and its impact. And when I am overwhelmed, I turn to poetry. And there is one poem that has been rattling around in my brain, and I would like to read it to you to center my words to you tonight. It's called Yes by William Stafford. It could happen anytime. Tornado, earthquake, Armageddon. It could happen. Or sunshine, love, salvation. It could, you know. That's why we wake and look out. No guarantees in this life, but some bonuses, like morning, like right now, like noon, like evening. When I first discovered this poem years ago, I loved it. I love the contrast of the simplicity of the poem and the magnitude of the message. But now when I read this poem, I feel a little differently. Because this right now, when all of us are able to gather for this 2021 PVPA graduation, this right now is pretty great. But there have been so many right nows in the last year and a half that have been horrible. And there have been so many right nows that were uncertain and scary, and really there are so many right nows that did not get to happen at all. And I just want to acknowledge that loss for you, class of 2021. However, you all know that for every worst we talk about in class, I always make you come up with the best. So even if William Stafford did not live through tornadoes or earthquakes or even Armageddon, it kind of feels like we have, and we have made it to this right now. So I'm also compelled to mention a book that many of you read with me as sophomores. For those of you who do not know the novel Station 11, written by Emily St. John Mandel, it's about a virus that destroys the world. However, the story is really about humans' desire to survive, and like Stafford's poem, it's about understanding what really matters in life, what's really most important. And the reason I wanted to read this book with PVPA students is because a group of survivors form what they call a traveling symphony. And they perform Shakespeare and they play music to the people they meet as they travel in the post-apocalypse. When the world collapsed around them, the characters in this book knew that they had to ensure the arts survived. That message was so powerful to me then, and I have seen it play out at PVPA this year. The arts matter. When we were all struggling with pandemic foggy brain, you were also choreographing and filming dance routines in your living rooms and basements and sharing these videos with our school community. When we were watching endless episodes of Netflix, you were also collaborating with students in Puerto Rico over Zoom. You were composing music for maps. And this past winter, when so many of us were housebound and struggling, you were also writing plays and musicals about things that matter to you, like stories about queer youth and reflections on the pandemic. Films continued to be made, poems were written and performed, and amazingly, despite schedule and time constraints, Headgear continued to meet virtually and laugh. I brought some prospective PVPA 7th graders to The Exile of Odysseus, a play performed on the grounds of PVPA a few weekends ago, and I could not help but think about the traveling symphony of the novel Station 11. PVPA students re-envisioned the story of Odysseus and, as a punishment for his hubris, sent him to live in the year 2020. As I walked around the campus following the band of actors, I was so moved. Despite the setbacks, the frustration, the eye strain, and headaches from endless Google Meet classes, you all continued to create. The senior directors for the show continued to mentor the younger students. The arts at PVPA survived. The arts matter. When I walked back into the PVPA building after more than a year and I heard African drumming through the halls, I knew we were going to be okay. The arts have been our medicine. Each time we perform or sit in an audience, we are healed. We have been cutting away so many things during this pandemic, and it's time for abundance again. It's time for more right nows. As you graduate from PVPA, continue to grapple with what moves you, what helps you to connect, what inspires you to be creative. Continue to try new things and be whoever you need to be in this new world. Class of 2021, bring the arts into the new world. The arts make us human. The arts help us to survive. The arts connect us. Use this connection to make joy in the world for yourself and for others. I have loved learning with all of you at PVPA. I'm so excited to hear about your accomplishments. Congratulations, class of 2020. We're so proud of you. And now it is that time to begin the presentation of diplomas. Woohoo!
Just start with the name. Like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, you're good.
Ready to go? Mindy. Ready. Austin, good to go? All right. All right, here we go, folks. Ember Lee Albrick. Lisette Alyssa Ayala. Dante Alexander Bales. Nice work. Kennedy Ann Baxter. You got it. You got it. Sarah Ann Becker. Nice work. You're all good. You're good. Kayshana Melissa Bell. Good job, Kayshana. Edwin Quinn Benson. Nice job, bud. Nasia Benvenuto Layden. Kate Margaret Bruff. Jackson Montgomery Brown. Good job, bud. You did it.
Isabel Noyes Buchanan. Annalisa Sierra Burgos.
Burgos. Sorry, Anna. Burgos.
You're getting a hug, hon. No problem. Thank you.
Nathaniel Andre Butler. Congratulations, Nate. Alexandria Ann Cassavant. Congratulations, Alex. Congratulations. Maeve Juliet Alton Cherry. Congratulations, Maeve. Claire Ellen Campbell Conklin. Congratulations. Congratulations. Samantha Rose DeVeo. Michael Jasper Dearborn. Congratulations, Jasper. Anna Louise Daramath. Woohoo! Yeah, Annie. Drea Avery Cook Dixon. Congratulations, Drea.
Thanks. Xavier Francis Dorneau.
Thank you. It's been great.
Jada Marie Ferguson. Congratulations.
Thanks, Ken.
You got it. Sarah Marie Fisher. Lucas Beach Fletcher. Congratulations.
What is up?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you too.
I can't. Henry McGovern Floquet. Hell of a speech. Arlo Gannon. Congratulations, Arlo. Sloan Gerard. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Tobias King Gnatic. Congratulations, bud.
Almost.
Damn. Next time. Judas Rose Jacinto Horton. Did it. Cecil Jobert.
Lila May Kovacs. Congratulations, Lila. Congratulations. Oh, yay. Skylar Jean LaFleur. Congratulations. Zoe Anna Limos. Abby Rose Leonard. John Patrick Jack Ryan Major. Congratulations. Amara Faye Manugian. You did it, Amara. Congratulations. Emily Lynn Marr. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Emily. Analua Alenkar Moreira. Yes, well done, well done. Thank you. Talon Laundry Neville. Laundry Neville, Landry. Oh. Landry. Sorry.
It's like, should we do the thing? I was like, no. Hold on. Abigail, Birdie, Shirley, Millinor, Newman. Got it. Congratulations. Marina Melanese Ortiz. Nice work. Emilio Victor Pereira Tosada. Isabella Salvadora Pereira Tosado. Corwin Alice Peterson.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Luna Morgan Cave Pacholski.
It's the right hand because I have a bracelet.
Mo Charney Rodriguez Ross.
Sorry.
Congratulations. Jacob Ryan Rosenblum. Congratulations, bud.
I'm gonna miss you too.
Nice work. Andrew Gerard Roy.
Thank you.
Bring it in. Bring it in.
Yes,
You did.
sir.
Andrew.
I did a thing.
Micah Schmerling.
Give me a hug.
Bring it in. Congratulations.
How much for the gun?
How much for the arm? Ava Lency Schmidt. The left hand. I like it.
Holland Margaret Silva. Congratulations, Andrew. Jacob Richard Smalley. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Owen Riley Sardillo.
Can I prank the school now?
Congratulations. Congratulations. Eva Grace Wigan Whittier. Congratulations, Eva.
Thank you.
Isaac John Wigan Whittier. Congratulations. Nathan Carl Zierlein. Congratulations. Yes.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I think it's Austin. Who introduced us?
Congratulations to the class of 2021. You did it. It was not an easy year, and you made it. And you got your diplomas before it rained. So all's well that ends well. Next, we'd like to bring up Jim Barnhill, a member of our Board of Trustees. And he is going to present the Jim Barnhill Award.
Hello. The Leadership Award is given each year to a person who shows exemplary leadership beyond the requirements of duty with devotion to the PVPA spirit of cooperation and collegiality in the advancement of the PVPA mission and, as you heard tonight, in the pursuit of a world that is just.
So this year, so the Board of Trustees picks this recipient each year, and Jim kindly donates the award for this, and it's named after Jim, which he did not say because he is kindly a community member who has served on our Board of Trustees for several years with no ties to our school. So he kind of exemplifies what he just said. So we thank him for that. But also, he asked me to speak about the recipient because I know her much better and was able to say a few words. So the board has decided to give the award this year to our school nurse, Mary Caldwell. Could you come up, Mary? So, as you all know, given the circumstances of the last year and a half or so, Mary has spent tireless hours making sure that we are all safe and doing everything that we possibly can to return to school, and when the decision was made to close the school, and in everything that we do, Mary has put in a Herculean effort to make sure that we are able to function as a school and be as safe as we possibly can under the current circumstances. And she has been doing it with a smile on her face and with an incredible amount of stress, and been very pleasant about it. And we don't know what we would have done without her over this past 15 months. And how many years?
I've just finished my 9th.
Yeah. So for her incredible dedication and service to the school, we wanted to show her our incredible gratitude and appreciation. So thank you, Mary, and we love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
That was very, very.
Can I say something?
Yes, if you would like.
Okay, I just asked to say something. I mean, I love PVPA, and I love all of you students. I'm so proud of you and all the things that you're going to go and do out in the world. PVPA is a remarkable place, and it really is home to so many of us. We have incredible teachers, incredible staff, and administrators, and board of trustees, and I'm just feel very lucky and fortunate to be a part of it. One of the things that we did do, because we're always thinking about you all, is Tuesday night when we were meeting with your parents, and some of you were there on the Zoom call, and I was meeting with Jenica and Austin afterwards because we were worried that there was going to be rain. And so we wanted to make sure that you were dry and safe, but in style. And so we ordered umbrellas. They're in your bags. They are the most spectacular umbrellas. We ordered them. They came in within days. Thank you. Please put your umbrellas up. Umbrellas up. Yay! Thank you. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. And so it is my pleasure to introduce Zevi Steinitz, our Director of Teacher Curriculum, who will present the Shallcross Award. Thank you.
Congratulations. You all look beautiful out there. I'm honored to present the Shallcross Teaching Award, which honors a teacher who exhibits the following criteria: consistent attention to improving teaching practice, creative approaches in teaching, arts and academics integration, a belief in each student's ability to be successful, evidence of meeting the needs of all learners, and evidence of lifelong learning. This year, the Shallcross Teaching Award goes to a teacher who has had an indelible impact on his students. This teacher works tirelessly on behalf of students every day, with heart and soul, always inspiring them to become better. He's a gifted artist who shares his talents generously. This year, when the pandemic turned everything that we knew about teaching upside down, this teacher pivoted with creativity, persistence, and grace, and found a way forward. He made a way out of no way, like so many of his colleagues. This teacher, I kid you not, co-created an entire musical, transcribing and arranging 27 student-written songs. In her nomination statement, a colleague wrote, Frank Newton, single-handedly brought PVPA to the forefront of a new wave of youth-written musical theater during a pandemic. Frank truly sees the possibility in every student. His profound sense of belief in every individual that crosses his path creates a reciprocal relationship of prosperous growth and burgeoning musical genius. And I've seen this with my eyes. Frank knows that the hope we need to move forward together rests in the hands of our students. He knows you can teach someone to hope, to believe in the power of artists to build the world they want to be part of. Frank inspires this embodied and revolutionary citizenship in every student, and indeed in parents, in community members, and it ripples out. Frank is the heart of the universe of PVPA, said Frank's colleague. His teaching pedagogy is art, and his art is pure genius, and his genius will change the life of every student who takes a class with him and every colleague who has the fortune to work in collaboration with him. Thank you and congratulations, Frank Newton. Please come up right here. And accept the Shawcross Award.
You look good, people. You look good.
And now I would like to introduce Riley Godleski, class of 2003, to present the inaugural Edward M. Godleski Scholarship.
Congratulations, everybody. It is my honor to present the Edward M. Godleski Scholarship for Excellence in Music. This is awarded to an individual that goes above and beyond in commitment, dedication, and perseverance in music. I am giving this scholarship today on behalf of the Edward M. Godleski Scholarship Committee of 2021, which is Yesenia Gorham of 05, Reese Williams of class of 08, Izzy Oram Brown of 17, Gary Smith Jr. of 07, and Janice Beadle. My name is Riley Godleski. I'm the son of Ed Godleski, who this award is named after. I too attended PVPA, and I graduated in 03. What a great place for harnessing talents and exploring new avenues of the creative process. I know if Dad were alive today, he would be so proud to present this. And so, in Dad's honor, I present the Edward M. Godleski Scholarship for Excellence in Music to Zoe Limos. Come on, Zoe. So I guess on stage.
Good evening. My name's Gene O'Brien, and I am the PVPA soccer coach. Did she just say soccer? We have athletics at PVPA? Yes, indeed we do. Indeed we do. I saw a few of you looking at each other like, we don't have athletics. We do. We belong to the River Valley Athletic League. It's comprised of charter schools and small private schools. So we represent two sports. We represent soccer and ultimate frisbee. The ultimate frisbee coach couldn't be here tonight, but if I could get every ultimate frisbee player, anyone that's ever participated, to please stand up. Where? All right. What up, Amber? Please stand up and get acknowledged for being on the ultimate frisbee team. Seniors, look around. They unfortunately missed 2 seasons due to COVID because they were a spring sport. So we are looking forward to both our sports coming back in September. The soccer team, we got the fall sport in, and the last year that we played, the team had the best record that's ever happened at PVPA, and the team also made it to the semifinals and the playoffs, the highest point of your. Can I have all the soccer players that have played please stand up to get acknowledged? So we have 3 seniors that that were outstanding on the field of play. They were outstanding as leaders. They were outstanding as teammates. They were outstanding as athletes. And so before they move on to their next endeavors in academics and hopefully athletics, we had a little towel, a Gatorade towel. You see them on TV with the basketball teams and all the professional sports. And so we started something with that, and I couldn't let them graduate without getting acknowledged for their extremely team-oriented and athletic achievements. So can I have Lisette Ayala? Jacob Smalley, and Emily Marr, please come up to the stage.
Thank you. Do I wait for them? I won't wait for them. Hey, he's got it. He's got it. He's representing. There you go.
Thank you.
All right, can we have a final round of applause for all our athletes?
We're going to welcome the class of 2021 to come up front to sing their medley.
the